Okay, come on in, everyone. All right, so hello, Instagram, and hello, YouTube, and hello, Facebook. We're gonna make dinner tonight. I am having crab cakes, and I'm gonna show you guys the substitutions. We'll wait and give it a minute and let everybody come in. All right, hey, you made it. Okay, good. Yes. Well, settle in, everyone. I'll introduce myself and then I'll let you know what we're doing tonight. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and I am teaching you substitutions that have helped me lose so far 65 pounds with 35 more to go. I got tested for food sensitivities. These are my results on the fridge. And I love to cook and I love to eat. I love to serve others. So I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'm going to take you guys on my journey, especially for the month of March. It's okay. You don't have to tell me what you cooked today. So sit back, relax. Usually my videos take about 30 minutes. I'm hungry again, but I'm doing a recipe that I've tried once before. I'm making crab cakes over a spinach salad. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, basically for the month of March, now that all of our holidays are over, I'm being very strict. I have a spring break goal and I want to lose 10 pounds in the month of March. So let's get started, you guys. This one I'm not gonna rush through. I'm gonna try and make something nice for me before the kids come back from their dads. Okay. So this recipe that I'm making is crab cakes and remoulade. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You guys correct me. I saw this on Food Network Kitchen. Part of my inspiration for cooking, besides just the way that I was raised, but working from home, thankfully, I usually keep like the cooking shows on TV on mute while I'm working, and I'll see different recipes come up and I'll be like, man, that looks good, but I can't have that, and I can't have that, and I can't have that. So I come up with ways to substitute the ingredients I can have for the ones that I can't, hence the substitute teacher. So this one popped up. I also have an Alexa device in the kitchen, and my screensaver is set to different food notifications. And this is where I got this recipe from. All right. So I've got all of my ingredients laid out here. I'll walk you guys through. So this recipe calls for, let's just go through it together. This is going to take about an hour. So hopefully I'll be eating soon. Okay, so I need eggs. Let me turn you guys Instagram so you can see. All right, so I need eggs, 1 egg. It calls for a 1/4 cup mayonnaise. I am not using regular mayonnaise. I've talked to you guys about some of my substitutions for condiments. This is Walden Farms. I haven't tried it with this before. It's called Amazing Mayo. So the recipe calls for mayonnaise, but Walden Farms makes all kind of condiments that are sugar-free, fat-free, calorie-free, gluten-free, basically everything free. So it's kind of a hit or miss, but we're gonna give that a try. I need fresh parsley. I just had a grocery delivery order come in from Publix, so I'm very excited. We have some fresh parsley. I need seafood seasoning, so I have my Old Bay. I forgot the Dijon mustard. I have that in the fridge. Dijon mustard. One of the things that I do, and I try to teach the kids, to get all your ingredients prepped before you start cooking so you're not scrambling. It calls for a lemon. I'm gonna zest a lemon and cut up into wedges. It calls for lump crab meat. I didn't get the lump, I got the claw So this one is a little bit smaller. The lump is the big lumpy pieces. I've done that before. It's amazing. This is a little bit more affordable. This is a splurge, a treat. This is my second meal today. I'm only eating 2 meals a day. So when you eat less, you can, enjoy a little bit more. Now it calls for half a cup of panko breadcrumbs. Panko is like a Japanese bread. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Instagram, I didn't start. Japanese is a breadcrumb that is, a grain that I don't eat because I don't eat gluten. Excuse me. So I am substituting the Crunch Master crackers. I usually have these for a snack. I've topped them with goat cheese. Hey, Paige. Sorry, I thought I pressed the button. I top these with goat cheese, some honey substitute. So I'm going to use the Crunch Master instead of breadcrumbs. The recipe calls for salted butter. You guys know that I am cow dairy free, so I am going to be using the goat's butter for my butter. And then we'll get to the remoulade later. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so in a medium bowl, beat the egg. So we've got our glass bowl here, and this recipe calls for 1 egg, and I had exactly 1 egg left. Of course there's more, but I'm just being silly. All right, so we're gonna crack our egg in this bowl. I know if anybody is sensitive to shellfish or you can't have shellfish, this is not the recipe for you. Lobster is something that I cannot have right now. That came up on my sensitivities, but I can have crab and shrimp. So I have 1 egg, and I'm just going to use the little mini whisk to beat this. Hey, Marissa. All right, so first step, it says in a medium bowl, beat the egg. So pretty straightforward. Again, this recipe is on Food Network Kitchen, so you can find it. This is the Pioneer Woman crab cake recipe. I've made it before and it's really good. So I'll be making my substituted version. All right, so you guys can see, literally, I just beat the egg. Okay, then it says add mayonnaise, parsley, and seafood seasoning. Whew. All right, so for mayonnaise, again, I'm not using regular mayonnaise. I'm gonna try this Walden Farms Amazing Mayo, and I'm supposed to have a 1/4 cup. So I don't know if this is like a proper mayonnaise substitute or more of a Miracle Whip, like sandwich spread, but that's what I've got, and that's what we're gonna try. All right, so 1/4 cup. The Walden Farms condiments are an apple cider vinegar base, so they're kind of hit or miss. Sometimes they're kind of runny, so I'm careful when I open them because they're a little bit more watery than your usual condiments. But so far, this one's looking good, and I'm just gonna smell it. It does smell like mayonnaise. I wasn't sure what to expect. All right, so let's get a 1/4 cup of our mayonnaise substitute, Walden Farms. It does kind of hold up like mayonnaise. I just opened it. I've never used this before. I'm just measuring out a 1/4 cup. I'm making a full batch. This recipe calls for 1 pound of crab meat, and my my meal portion is going to be 8 ounces. So I'm going to make all, and I'm going to eat half. And they will keep well. I wish y'all were here. I could cook for you. They will keep well. I have doubled recipes and halved recipes, but since this calls for 1 egg, it's kind of hard to do that. All right, so we have our 1/4 cup of mayo-ish. So I'm gonna put that in with the egg. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday night. Ready for tomorrow? I'm sure the kids aren't, right? All right. All right, so far we just have our beaten egg and our dollop of mayo, and then it calls for parsley, 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. I should have washed and chopped it. I didn't. I love my grocery delivery services. I use Instacart today. So I'm just going to, 2 tablespoons is not really a lot. So I'm just going to grab like a little bit, rinse this off, and chop it. I eyeball. I'm not really a big parsley fan, but hey, that's what it calls for. And there's 2 different types. Maybe if somebody knows the difference, you know, there's like flat leaf parsley, Italian parsley, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what this one is, but I put parsley in the shopping cart. All right, so we've got our little parsley here. All I'm going to do is chop it up. With your knives, if you have a knife sharpener, it's good to sharpen it, you know, before you use it or pretty regularly so that your job is easier. I'm not going to be perfect. We're just going to get, you know, little pieces of parsley, kind of like a garnish would be. So just go over it, turn the stack, and then go over it again. And then, whew, it's very fragrant. One last time. It's got kind of a spicy, I don't know, but it mixes well. All right, so you guys can see here, I've chopped up the parsley, pretty straightforward. And the recipe calls for, I literally have a printout, 2 tablespoons. All right. This is one of those recipes where I use a lot of stuff. I may have to do my cleanup after. All right. 2 tablespoons. So I have extra parsley. So I'm just going to pack it down into the measuring cup. We have 2 tablespoons-ish of parsley. And I'm going to add that to the beaten egg and the mayo substitute. So this is what we've got so far. And then seafood seasoning, I'm using Old Bay. That's pretty standard. I don't have an issue with sodium. Some people are, you know, have to worry about that. I don't, thankfully. So the seafood seasoning is 1.5 teaspoons. So the easy way to do that is to get a 1/2 teaspoon and then just do 3 of those. So we're gonna open up our Old Bay. You know, you take the top off when you need to measure. Go inside, and then you can kind of scrape along the edge to level it. So we're going to do 1/2, 1, 1.5. All right. So let me close this up so you guys can see what we have so far. 1 beaten egg. We have the parsley, 2 tablespoons, 1/4 cup of mayo, 1.5 teaspoons of seafood seasoning. So I'm going to mix that up and just get our base all together. Let all the colors and everything come in together. Ooh, you know, I'm showing you what it's looking like so far. I think it's cool with the red and the white and the green. All right, so let's get this mixed up for our crab cakes. I'm feeling fancy tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. All right, I never know if I have this chat thing on. All right, you guys let me know. All right, so I've just mixed this up and I'm gonna show you guys what we have. So it's kind of like looks like a little bit of a Thousand Island dressing with some parsley chunks in there. All right, so that step is done. Now it says, oh crap, I didn't go to the next page. Dijon mustard and lemon zest. Should have read the whole thing. That's okay, we're gonna add it in. 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. So since this one is a squeeze bottle, I'm just gonna squeeze it into the 1/2 teaspoon 2 times. So let me just tap it down. I hate when you squeeze mustard and it goes everywhere. So we need 1 teaspoon. Yeah, because I just got a whole bunch of water. So we've got a 1/2 teaspoon and then another 1/2 teaspoon. So we added our Dijon mustard. see what else. Sometimes I still have to follow the instructions, even though I've made it before. Once you do it over time, you memorize it. I'm not there yet, not for the crab cakes. And lemon zest. Okay, so for the lemon zest, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm just gonna get a different cutting board because I've still got some parsley, my tablespoons, and a knife. So I'm gonna move this over here and give myself some more working space. All right, so I'm gonna wash this lemon. So to zest a lemon, I've actually got 2 of them, but I love the lemon flavor. It's really good on citrus. So I'm just gonna take this little sun-kissed sticker off. And then to zest a lemon, you're just trying to get the oils that are in the yellow part. So you're going to use like a grater, and you're gonna go all the way around the lemon. All right. You want to stop when you get to the white part, you know, like the white part when you peel an orange. Okay. So I am going to use this grater, and I'm going to zest this lemon into the bowl with everything we have so far. So I'm literally just scrape, 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 turn, scrape, 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 turn until I get as much of the yellow off as I can. So you get that nice, this is where I stop. So you get that nice, bright, citrusy flavor that's in the yellow. Y'all, you can do, oh, it smells so good in the kitchen. Y'all, you can do so much with lemon. I've seen people like make candied lemons. I've seen people like make, you know, homemade lemonade, of course, you know, different teas and whatever. Boil them and they kind of like candy down with the skin and everything. So good. Oh, I love citrus. I absolutely love citrus. So I'm just working my way around. You guys see I kind of have some bald spots. So I'm just looking for all the spots that I haven't zested yet. I'm hungry. Trying to come up with, you know, different variety of things to cook for you guys. I enjoy it. Let me focus. I'm just turning, scrape, scrape, scrape. Just about done. You want to kind of go gentle. You don't want to go so hard, but you want to get as much of that yellow lemon zest. Oh, it looks good. I'm going to show you guys. All right, I think I'm going to stop here. I was afraid that would happen. I dropped it in the bowl. All right, let me just show you guys the other side. Good thing I washed it. So I went all the way around my lemon. All right, and I'm gonna bring this up so you guys can see, and then I'm gonna mix it one more time. I got a little bit of lemon shavings on the counter. All right, so if you can see there, I've got the lemon zest inside the bowl with the mustard and everything else. Now I'm gonna mix it. Now it just doesn't look amazing, it smells amazing. All right, whew, let's see what's next. Add the crab meat and panko, one at a time, Maggie. All right, so again, for the crab meat, this is from Publix. Sometimes they're out of stock. The claw meat is the one that I got. This recipe calls for a pound, so I have 2 8-ounce containers because a pound is 16 ounces. All right, so we're gonna open this and we're literally, I'm just gonna drain it. You guys can see the crab meat on the inside. Let me get a knife, I don't wanna break a nail. All right, it's just got this plastic wrap around top. All right, so literally we're gonna pop the top off. This is a little pricey, y'all. I think each one of these containers is $14. So this is like a splurge meal. But you can see here the crab meat. I told my Airbnb guest I was making crab cakes, and she was like, with real crab? And I was like, what else would you use? But I guess you could use imitation, but I'm not doing that. If I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna eat the real thing. I wanna enjoy my food. Okay, so I dumped that in there, and I'm gonna dump the other one. And then we're gonna move on to the breadcrumbs, because the breadcrumbs are a substitution. I have made this with the lump crab. The lump crab is like twice the price. It's gonna be, one of these containers is gonna be about $20+. So unfortunately for me, I don't live close to the ocean, so we don't have really affordable seafood here, but it's totally fine. All right, so I'll show you guys what we have so far. Literally, I just dumped that container of crab meat into the bowl. That's the first one. This is the second one. So I'm just dumping it in there. Make sure I get all that crab. So I have 2 big hunks of crab meat in the mixture. So it says add crab meat and panko. All right, so let's talk about the panko before I mix. Panko, again, is a Japanese breadcrumb. I don't eat bread. I can't have gluten. It causes all kind of issues with me, joint pain, just bloated. This is not good. So I use grain-free crackers. Today I'm going to use the Crunch Master. This is like, I don't know, flaxseed and some other good stuff. The recipe calls for half a cup of panko. So obviously these are not breadcrumbs, they are crackers. So what I'm going to do, besides eating them, I'm going to make my own breadcrumbs. Have to be, what's the word? You know, creative. So the recipe calls for half a cup. My portion is 16 per day. So I'm going to put 16 into the half cup measuring. It's not even going to be 16. Maybe I get to eat some while this is cooking. All right, so I'm going to show you guys what I do anytime a recipe calls for breadcrumbs that I can't have. All right, so I kind of stuffed the crackers in here just to measure out the portion. Now I'm going to count them. I ate 1. All right, so there are 13 crackers in here, so that means I can have 3. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the crackers that I measured. I'm going to put them in a little, I really should use a Ziploc bag. Have them in a little sandwich bag. Then I'm going to put this on the counter, and I'm going to crush them with a rolling pin. So apologies for the sound, but I need breadcrumbs in my recipe. I just turned it over, and I'm still going. Want to try and get them as fine as I can. You know, there's still going to be some jagged pieces, but look. I got to do what I can do. The breadcrumbs and the egg and everything is kind of like, excuse me, what binds the crab cake. So you can see here, not bad. I still have some large pieces, but if I told you these were breadcrumbs, hey, smash them. That's right. Hey, Lisa. So again, my recipe calls for breadcrumbs. I can't have gluten, so I'm substituting these flaxseed crackers, rice crackers, okay? So this is pretty much the only grain that I can have. All right, so now, again, in our bowl, We have our mustard, our mayo substitute, our crab, our parsley, our lemon zest, and I'm going to dump the breadcrumbs inside here. Show you guys what I have. All right, so literally I just tossed the breadcrumbs inside the bowl. And the instructions say mix gently but thoroughly. So you don't want to get in there and just really mash. So I'm going to stir, but I'm going to stir slowly just to kind of get, you know, enough crab and enough sauce and enough breadcrumb in each. But I'm just kind of folding. I'll show you guys. I'm just kind of go to the bottom and flip it over. Go to the bottom and flip it over. I'm going to set it down. I don't want to waste this. But you just want to look as you're turning so that every like section that you see, it's not breadcrumb heavy or sauce heavy. You want to try and get it as well incorporated as possible. All right, this is looking really good. I'm going to show you guys what we have, and we're pretty much done making them. We just now have to cook them. All right. So I'll show you guys what we have for our crab cake base. You can see I'm folding it in. You're right, Lisa. You can see here we've got our crab, we've got our breadcrumbs, our parsley, our lemon, our mayo, all that good stuff is in there. All right, so now the recipe says to form 8 crab cakes, and it says to press them into a 1/3 cup measure. I have a 1/2 cup out. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just use what I have. And I'll show you guys the technique. All right, so before we do that, I'm gonna set the crab out of the way and we're gonna prep. I'm gonna do these in the air fryer. You're supposed to broil them because pretty much everything is done. We do have some raw egg in there. We need to make sure that's cooked. But basically, we're going to make our crab cakes and then put them in the air fryer. So it says, put them on a buttered baking sheet. So I just have my tray from the air fryer. Whew. If it's too hot, do what in the kitchen? All right, so I'm gonna line this with foil. I set it out and it's right in front of me. Happy Sunday night. We're about halfway done. Usually when I go live, I like to do 30-minute meals. I don't, like to be in the kitchen all day. But this one, because I want to be precise, I should be eating soon. Hopefully no more than 15 minutes. All right. While this is cooking, I'm going to give you guys another drink substitution. So I have just lined my tray with aluminum foil just for easy cleanup. That's completely optional. And I'm going to get the goat's butter. And I'm going to line it with the cold goat's butter. I could melt some and then brush it, but I'm going to do that on top. So I'm literally just opening, and you guys can see, hey Robin, oh, I miss you guys. So you guys know that I am sensitive to cow dairy, so I use goat's milk products. So this is a UK brand, Delamere goat's butter. It looks like butter, it cooks like butter, it tastes like butter, and it's been approved for me. So on a buttered pan, I'm literally just going to go in here. It's been out of the fridge for a little while, but I'm literally just like with a marker going all around this aluminum foil. All right, because we want butter on the top and butter on the bottom. Getting all the surfaces nicely coated so you guys can see you got a nice layer of butter on the baking sheet. I'm using foil. Okay, so now, let me give myself some space. We have our crab cake mixture that we made. Again, this is the claw, parsley, mayo substitute, egg, breadcrumb substitute, lemon zest, and seafood seasoning. So to make sure all of our crab cakes are the same size, I'm using a 1/2 measuring cup. And then I'm going to use my spoon to kind of pack it in. So I'm going in with the scoop. And then you can see I have a lot here. I'm going to level it off by scraping off some. but I do want it to be pretty dense. So I'm literally just using the spoon, the big spoon, to flatten it down. And then I'm gonna go, hopefully if I packed it in well, it'll keep its shape. All right, so this is gonna be one crab cake. And I'm just gonna literally put it on the pan and turn it upside down. Weird, kind of looks like a can of cat food, but it is not. You guys saw my ingredients. All right, so I'm just gonna repeat this. And the key to getting them all to be the same size is using this measuring spoon, measuring cup method. Again, this is the Pioneer Woman recipe, so I saw this on Food Network, and that's what she did. So literally another scoop, and I'm pressing it down, kind of packing it in. If you guys can see. Hey, Robin. Okay, wonderful. Yes, thank you. So good to see you. I'll be cooking every day because I eat every day, and I'll bring you guys on my journey. All right, so we're gonna do the next one. I always wonder like where I should put it, like how far I should space it. Let's go to the end. Tap a little bit, shake a little bit. So now we have 2 crab cakes. So again, I used a pound of crab meat. So whatever I get, I'm eating half of it. My dinner portion is 8 ounces of protein. So I use 2 8-ounce containers for this recipe, and they will reheat well. I'll show you guys how to do that later. All right, next one. Hey, Michelle. All right, so we've got our crab meat. This is a 1/2 cup measuring. Use a spoon to pack it down. Get your buttered tray. I'm just going to the other corner, literally turning it over, shake and tap a little bit so that it keeps its shape. So you guys see we're building our crab cakes. All right, here's my batter. We're making our way around. I'm using every last bit of it. We're gonna pack this thing full if we have to. It'll make anywhere from 6 to 8 crab cakes, depending on what size measuring cup you use. But I love this technique to keep everything the same. Packing it down with a spoon. And we're gonna go to the other corner. You guys can see. Hey, hi Jake, thank you for joining. We're gonna tap down our crab cake. So we have 4, and I think I can get at least one more. Yes, I'm gonna cook them all. Thank you for asking. And then I'll show you how to reheat them because there is egg in here. I don't know, I guess. Could you refrigerate it? I guess. And then cook them fresh later, but I am cooking them all tonight. So you guys will see them all buttery and bubbling. All right, so we've got, let's see if I can make one more big one. I'm just gonna go with 5. So I'm really gonna pack this one in and put it in the middle. All right. I just wanna hold the bowl so I can get all the way around and get all of the crab. This is gonna be a big one in the middle. It'll just be pretty dense. So we're gonna have 5 crab cakes. If I had used, honestly, the recipe called for a 1/3 cup measure. I'm using a 1/2 cup measure, which is more than a 1/3. So I'm making bigger crab cakes than the recipe calls for. And that's okay. I hope. You guys see this one is kind of rounded. I hope I don't regret this. We'll try and pack it down. And then you see what we have so far? I have 4 on the corner, and I'm gonna put this one in the middle. So I'm gonna turn it upside down. All right, we got a big mambo one. I'm gonna show you guys where it ended up. All right, so I am making 5 crab cakes. I have one giant one in the middle. If I had done them right, I probably would have 6 equal size. I love cooking in the air fryer, especially when I'm just cooking for one, because I don't have to heat the whole house. So you guys see all of our crab cake mix is gone. All right, so let me just wash my hands. Uh-oh, starting to fall apart. See that big one? That's what I get. You guys see we had a little bit of an avalanche. Whatever. Okay. If it flattens out, it flattens out. Okay. Now, put it in the oven 8 inches from the element. Heat the broiler to high. Brush the top of the crab cakes with melted butter. Okay, so again, back to the goat's butter. Let's see if it tells me how many. It says 2 tablespoons. So I'm just gonna be generous. So we've got kind of a large pat of butter. This is the goat's butter. I love using these gravy boats. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up, everyone, and the likes and all of that good stuff. I love these gravy boats. I got these from Walmart, I think, for an event. They're nice and sturdy. I'm going to melt the butter in here and just in the microwave. The handle stays cool. Love it. So we'll put it on for a minute. Keep your eyes on butter because it bubbles and heats up really fast. I'm going to start putting some stuff away. All right, 15 seconds. So you can even open the microwave just to check. At 15 seconds, you know, it's kind of melted already. I'm trying to see if I see a solid piece in there. I don't. So we'll go ahead and use this. So now I have a little brush. Maybe this is a pastry brush. I'm going to take some of the butter and I'm going to brush. You need a closer look? Okay, Danielle. Sorry. Okay, Facebook. So this is what we have so far. Our crab cakes. And YouTube, this is what we have so far. They're on a buttered baking sheet. Instagram, this is what we have. And I'm going to brush the melted butter on the top. So I'm just stirring it around. You know what? I'm not gonna brush. I'm just gonna pour. Since this is liquid, I need to do that. All right, so let's see if I can let you guys see. So we're just gonna pour some butter over the top so that when our crab cakes cook, they are, y'all. Oh. All right, hopefully you guys can see. And I kind of eyeballed the amount, but I'm just pouring it all over like syrup on a pancake. And I'll bring this in so you guys can see. Oh, it looks so good. All right, so YouTube, we have our buttered crab cakes. Instagram, buttered crab cakes. And Facebook, buttered crab cakes. Yes. Okay, Danielle. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate the engagement. So you guys let me know, what's working and what's not. So the recipe says to broil them. I'm using the air fryer. So broil just means cook from the top. My air fryer already has a heating element at the top. And so my air fryer, anytime you're closer to the heating element, it's gonna cook faster. So I'm gonna put these in kind of in the middle, maybe a little bit up. And I don't know what broil temperature is. I Googled that one time, but I'm just gonna press the seafood and keep an eye on it. That's what my mom taught me. Watch your food. You never just follow the recipe. Keep an eye on it so you can see what's happening. All right, so I'm gonna put this in. So it's hottest up here. You can see my air fryer. I just got this at Walmart, but this one has multiple shells so you can cook multiple things. Low, medium, and hotter. So I'm gonna put it on the seafood setting, and so we'll keep an eye on it. Now this recipe calls for roulette sauce. That's French for something, I don't know, but we're gonna make it. All right, so let's clean up a little bit, y'all. Got so much going on. This recipe is so demanding. You can't just throw this stuff together. So we're gonna make a roulette sauce because I am making a salad with my crab cakes. I'm gonna put them over a bed of spinach. And so the roulette sauce is kind of like a dipping sauce, but I'm going to use that as my salad dressing because I am using all the ingredients that have been approved for me, and I'm gonna walk you guys through it. I know we're a little fancy tonight. Let me just empty these dishes get some space. I just throw everything in the dishwasher. I'll wash my hands. And I think it'll be beautiful. 400. 400 is broiled. Thank you. Now here's the thing. Thank you for that. Now using the air fryer, I'll keep an eye on it, you know. Why not? I'll just turn the temperature up. But one of the things I've noticed, I'm just making sure it's level because sometimes I put the shelves wrong. One of the things that I've noticed, and you've got to make sure you know like where you're cooking, whether it's your kitchen or somebody else's kitchen. I didn't lose my train of thought. My air fryer, because it's smaller, it cooks faster and it gets hotter. If I were using the actual oven, maybe 400. I'm gonna tick it up just a little bit and then keep an eye on it. But keep that in mind. You need to adjust your temperatures and times because you can burn more quickly. All right, so we're gonna go up. We'll do 350 and I'll keep an eye on it. Thank you, Danielle. All right, and I'm just checking the instructions. Literally, I just cook it until it's kind of bubbling the way I want to see it. It says broil for 4 to 5 minutes, so it won't take long at all. All right, let's get on this sauce, my dressing. Okay, so literally, we're just going to put all of our ingredients together, and that's going to be our sauce. So more mayonnaise. Again, instead of mayo, I am substituting the Walden Farms. This has been approved for me, calorie-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, all that. Last time I made this, it was a lot, so I'm going to half the portions. It calls for a half cup. I'm not doing a half cup. I mean, I'm not doing, it calls for a whole cup. I'm not doing a half cup. You know what I mean. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, so this is a 1 cup. Let me just go ahead and do it. If I have extra, I have extra. Because I didn't want to mess up trying to do the math in my head and talking and all that. So we've got our, this is called Amazing Mayo. All the Walden Farms ingredients are apple cider vinegar based. And they've been approved. I can pretty much have any of their condiments. If you saw my blueberry pancakes this morning, I used Walden Farms syrup. Wow, I'm using just about all of this. I'm making a mess. All right. So this is our mayo. Hello, JSP. This is our mayo substitute, Walden Farms. So I'm not using regular mayo. So we'll see how this turns out. I'll go ahead and I'll put it in here. So I'm just dumping it into the gravy boat. I was eyeballing it to see if it's too small. And I'm gonna go check on my crab cakes in just a second. You know, when you guys are starting out in the kitchen, one of the things that was hard for me was to cook multiple things at one time. If I was doing, you know, a meal, I would have like the meat, done. Then I would do the starch, done. Then I would do the veggies because I used to just get overwhelmed. Hey, we all start somewhere. So you can set timers for yourself to help remember. Hey, Sonia, you don't have to do it all. All right. Sorry, just getting, oh crap, getting notifications and all kind of. All right, 1 tablespoon of capers. So we have capers in the jar. I don't know what a caper is. Maybe it's some type of seed or vegetable, but it's got a very like briny, pickly kind of taste. So that's what we're using. And it says 1 tablespoon. Looking good, looking good. Tablespoon. So these are capers. You will see these. Where will you see capers? On salmon, smoked salmon, on bagel. Yeah, it's really yummy. So I'm just pouring a tablespoon. I got a little bit more juice, but tablespoon of capers. Dumping it in there. So right now we have our mayonnaise and we have our capers. Garlic salt. How much? Half a teaspoon. You guys see all these spices back here? Everybody thinks I'm so fancy. No, I just buy ingredients because I want to try so many different things and I end up with so much left over. So I've got garlic salt here, half a teaspoon. We got a quarter teaspoon that's clean, so we're gonna double up again with these seasonings. I just take the top off, go in with the quarter teaspoon, shake to level, and then another one. Because 2/4 makes a half. Pepper, quarter teaspoon, freshly ground black pepper. Look, if I gotta grind it and measure, I can't do both, so we're just gonna grind it. So I'll show you guys what we have so far in our roulette sauce. We've got the capers, we've got the garlic salt, the mayo. All right, I'm just gonna eyeball the black pepper. With seasonings, you really do it to your taste. You know, I've noticed when they have instructions on seasoning, if you like more pepper, add more pepper. It's really not that big of a deal. It's, you know, for as an ingredient. All right. Let's see how these are doing. Starting to bubble a little bit. I'll go up to 375. Now keep an eye on them. Okay. Lemon juice. Okay. So in our dressing, it calls for the juice of 1 lemon. So I'm going back to the lemon that I zested in the crab cakes. I'm gonna wash it because you guys saw me drop it. Well, you didn't see me, but I'm being honest. I dropped it in the sauce. So I'm just gonna wash some of that off. And then I'm gonna juice the lemon. As my youngest would say, it's so satisfying. I got a little gadget I don't get to use often, so I'll show you guys what it is. Basically a lemon juicer. All right. All right, so I have my lemon that's been zested. I'm going to cut it in half. Do you guys wash and reuse your tools when you're cooking, or do you just get fresh, clean stuff and then just wash it all at the end? Everybody's different in their kitchen. All right, so we're gonna cut our lemon in half down the wide part. So this is what we have. Silly. All right, and then this is a lemon juicer. I just bought this at Walmart. I ordered it online. I have one for lemon, and I also have one for lime, because limes are smaller. Look, it's optional. You could probably do it by hand, but I wanted to be fancy. I don't get to use them often. Crab cakes are bubbling and looking good. So literally with the lemon juicer, all we're gonna do is, you see it's kind of got like holes down here and it'll catch the seeds. So you get your lemon and you put the open side down here where the holes are, and then I'm just gonna press it over my dressing really hard so you guys can see. Okay, I gotta press it down, put it down because I need to use 2 hands. All right, so you get half a lemon, and then I'm gonna do the same with the other one. Whew. I'm strong, but I'm not that strong. Okay, so we got our lemon juice. And I don't toss these. Maybe I'll show you guys what I do with them for my hot tea. I'll give you guys, we're almost done. I'll give you guys a couple beverage substitutions that I've made to help keep me, keep my intake down. All right, so you can see here we've got our lemon juice at the top, our mayo, our capers, and our garlic salt. So I'm just going to mix it carefully because I probably should have used a bigger bowl, but I like this gravy boat. So literally I'm just going in here, you guys, making a mess. But the instructions say, excuse me, add the mayo, capers, garlic salt, pepper, and lemon juice to a bowl and whisk. So this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna try and get everything all mixed up. I wash and reuse. Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, no need to make extra dishes if you don't have to. Sometimes I'm just like, I have all the cabinets open and I'm just getting everything because I want to. No rhyme or reason. All right, so we're mixing. It's a little whiter in color than the last time I did make it with proper mayo. And like I told you guys, anytime I try a recipe, and this is a Pioneer Woman, I just got it off of Food Network. Anytime I try a recipe, I always make it by the book at first, and I let other people try it, and then I do the substitutions version because I don't want to be left out. All right, so we've got this pretty good. You guys can see it looks like a creamy kind of sauce type thing. I'm just gonna taste this chopstick over here. Not bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. Regular mayo has a creamy taste, but because the Walden Farms is an apple cider vinegar base, it's got that acidic, so it's very tangy, plus the lemon juice and everything else. Very good. All right, let's clean up and we're gonna make this plate. Put the capers away. Put this chopstick away, but I'm gonna eat it. But if you guys are making the Roulette sauce, I don't know, maybe find an avocado-based mayonnaise or something that's approved that you can have, because this is very tangy. If you like tangy, then you're fine. It is a little tart. But, seafood and citrus go well together. I'm just cleaning up because when that thing goes off, we're going to take a look at our crab cakes. And I'm just making space to plate. All right, I was gonna show you guys some other stuff, but this is just it's a lot, right? Jeez. All right, let me start plating, and then I'll tell you guys about one beverage substitution. We'll have to do the rest tomorrow. I don't want to keep you guys too long. This one is an hour. Usually I like to do 30 minutes. What I was going to talk about is prepping veggies while this is cooking. I'll do that tomorrow. One more minute. Okay, let's get our salad plated. So you could just serve this. In the picture, I think it has just like lemon wedges. I am making a salad, so I have spinach. So I'm just getting some healthy pinches of spinach and putting them on a plate. I love, salads with different varieties of colors and, all of that. So literally on my plate, I just have spinach as a base. And then I know some people are sensitive to tomatoes, but I love tomatoes. I'm gonna use the little cherubs. Let's see. All right, you guys. I think they look amazing. You can see here, they are bubbling. Hot, hot, hot. Whew. All right. So our crab cakes are nice and formed and cooked. I'll set them here and let's make this salad. All right, so I'm using the cherubs. I'm just gonna grab a handful. I think for my vegetables, I'm trying to be strict, but my portion is 4 cups a day. So I'm just getting a handful of the little cherry tomatoes, only washing what I plan to eat so that they stay longer. And with plating, you know, one of the things that I learned in some of the work that I've done, you just want to go for, you know, just dispersing around the plate. Not anything too fancy. You can see here, we've got our spinach and our tomatoes. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drizzle some of the dressing on the spinach and the tomato first, so that it's underneath the crab cake, so the crab cake really shines. And I'm going light because I told you guys this thing is pretty tangy. All right, next step, you can see I just drizzled on here. That's what we have so far. For presentation, the recipe says you're supposed to quarter a lemon and serve with the crab cakes. I think it's plenty lemony enough, but I will do it anyway. So let me just wash this lemon. I had an extra one. All right, so we're gonna have our colors of the rainbow. So literally I'm just cutting in half long ways. And then, we'll just do half. Cutting half, long ways again. So I have 2 sections of lemon. So I just put them on the plate, really just a garnish. And now, dun da da da, crab cakes. We'll use the little spatula. Which one should I get? Which one should I get, y'all? I want that big one. All right, so I'm gonna get the big one and I'm gonna put it in the middle. I'm using a little spatula and I'm just going underneath because remember we had butter on the top and butter on the bottom. Oh, I'm gonna take a quick bite just of the crab cake. Woo! Okay. All right, just for presentation, I'm gonna show you guys what I have. I am eating more than just one of these. But Instagram, you can see our crab cake, y'all, with the little butter drizzle on the top. It's nice and crusty, but the inside, I'm gonna cut into it so you can see. And I will drizzle just a little bit of the sauce on top. And then let you guys see. I probably should. All right. I'm gonna cut into. All right, let's do this. I'll just cut into this plate. Y'all have been waiting long enough. All right, so let's see how this crab cake looks on the inside. You guys can see, like, literally it's falling apart. Can you see that? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's good, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if people do, I guess they do crab cakes with imitation, but just don't. Just wait until you can enjoy the real thing. So that's the actual, you can see it's very juicy on the inside. Keep it together, Maggie. All right, so let's try some with some spinach and tomato. I always forget to take the picture. Good grief, thank you for the thumbs up. Hold on, y'all, get my phone. It is so good. It's got a nice crust on the top. Very juicy on the inside. So So here's what you can do. I guess you could have kept the batter, and I'm just taking pictures, you guys. You'll see these posted in a bit. So for tomorrow, because I'm not going to eat all, I'll probably eat 2, maybe more. So I'm going to let them cool. But you guys see here, what you can do with the crab cakes, once they've cooled, you package them, just in like a little to-go container. Thank you, Danielle. So to reheat, you take them out, you put them on another buttered, like aluminum foil pan, and literally do the same thing. Just brush them with a little bit more butter, not a lot, and then you just pop them back in the air fryer. That's what I did, and they reheated really, really nicely. But I'm gonna let you guys see the inside. I hope it shows up. Let you guys see the inside. It's really good. The boys will be home soon, and if I leave this out, there won't be any tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a second one on my plate. Oh, wow. All right, that's it. Let me just check comments and everything. I never know if I miss anything. Looks so good. Hey, Snuggles. Okay. Lisa, Sonia, I really appreciate you guys coming in here and, joining me in the kitchen one day. Maybe I'll be able to cook for you guys. But yeah, so please consider subscribing. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher on all platforms. I have a new YouTube channel. I'm 2 subscribers away from 300. So I have a goal of 500. Oh, I was gonna give you guys a, if you wanna stay on, I'll tell you the beverage that I was doing today. This is iced coffee from Panera. They have an unlimited coffee subscription. It's $10 a month, $9.99. You can basically have just about any beverage that they sell, unlimited. So I get the iced coffee with almond milk, and I get it unsweetened. I wanted to share a couple substitutions with you guys. Skinny Syrups has these flavor bursts. This one is vanilla, and then the other one is mocha. I keep these in the car. You can take this kind of stuff with you. Excuse me now, it's not approved, but it is calorie-free. It's sweetened with Splenda, that's why. Calorie-free, sugar-free. I use these whenever I go out. I get unsweet tea. Then when I get it in the car, I sweeten it myself. Unsweet coffee, so you can avoid the sugar and the syrups and whatever. I use my own calorie-free flavor. So iced coffee with almond milk, and then I had my little vanilla in the car. So this is dinner. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna let you have your evening. I've got a little bit of free time so I can eat and clean up before you know who comes back from their dads. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Facebook. Oh, Instagram, y'all, I don't know. Okay, I think that was Instagram. And thank you so much, YouTube. Snuggles, let me know. I missed your chat from before, so let me know about that link. I think I missed it.